Well, the rooster's crowing, coffee's brewing slow. It's time to start your morning with a brand new show. Jake's on the mic with a truth bomb flow, taking on the world from that old studio. No fake news, no run around, just a real good talk with a real strong sound. Grab a seat, get comfy now. He's laying life out, holy cow. It's time to get up and listen to the Jake Hudson Podcast Show. Booyah, big guest, real talk, no bull crap, just real life matters, bro. He's calling it straight, no smoke and mirrors, just heart, grit, and some truth to hear. It's the Jake Hudson Podcast Show. From small town roots to championship gold, he's seen a lot, got stories told. With a southern drawl and a rebel soul, Jake's taking podcasting to a whole new role. No filters.
Sorry about that. Hello.
Hey, pal.
Hey, what's up? Kershawn the Don from the Misfit. Hey, I saw Skrill Kill's audio was off this morning.
It was off?
He didn't have no mic.
Oh, he was on this morning?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. How you doing?
I think he accidentally hit go live.
Oh, that's weird. On what? On YouTube?
Twitch.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you might want to let him know.
So he's live. He's live right now?
No, he was this morning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know it's his birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Skrill Kill.
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to see if you could sing happy birthday to Skrill.
Bring him on.
Oh, I like it. You're negotiating. You're getting sharp.
Hey, but so I want to talk about something that. So why did they move WrestleMania 42 from New Orleans?
I did hear there was some sort of controversy. I don't know. To be honest,
is it because they should have not have? Here's the thing: they want to do UFC there, but by the way, I would rather watch UFC than watch WWE. I would rather watch NXT than WWE main roster because a lot of the people that they brought in were talented. Why don't you make a deal? Why don't you make a deal to get some Canadian wrestling? You know, Natalia has a school.
Yeah, but the problem, Jake, is WWE, along with pretty much every promotion, has forgotten the fundamentals of wrestling. And WWE surprised me with Triple H at the helm and The Rock at the helm that they would. I mean, take for example, look at the whole thing, the R-Truth thing, the We Want Truth, right? The guy's like, in his mid 50s.
The guy is actually I was noticed this. He's the last active wrestler. No, Dave, because I deleted the episode you was on, by the way, Dave. I will deal with you later, Dave.
Oh, what happened?
Had him on, and Dave is the guy that is a stalker.
He's a stalker?
Yeah, I'm not dealing with him, so just ignore the chat.
How about you put him on and I'll deal with him?
No, because I want to keep I want to keep this episode up.
I got you. So let's do a separate one with him after.
No, I've already did one with him before.
No worries, I got you. I won't even push it.
But I also want to talk about.
Oh wait, can I finish my thought on the fundamental thing?
Go ahead.
Okay, so you look at like all these wrestlers that come in, and they like basically like kill themselves in the ring to try to get over. You look at a guy like R-Truth who's completely over with the fans and doesn't kill himself in the ring. He's more of just a personality, and he's great in the ring, don't get me wrong, but it's his personality and his gimmick and his the fact that he's funny and talented and can get anything over is why people love him. So you can do, 50 Canadian destroyers all you want and hurricanranas, but it
He's
doesn't
also
fucking matter at the end of the day.
he's
You got to
also
get over with the fans and you got to make them love you.
he's also a former NWA world champion.
Truth's been around for a while. Like, and the fact is though, for him to be like in the position he's in for so long, it just shows you how talented he is.
You're big when Nick Khan had to go deal with him. Nick
Yes,
Khan is the reason why we got to deal. Nick, they didn't want to deal with WWE, but Nick wanted him. Nick dealt with him.
Supposedly, what happened was, Truth just went silent and wouldn't pick up the phone or like talk to anybody until Nick Khan basically came, and Truth was like, okay, now I got the big dog here. It's like getting Vince to call you.
Yeah, or get someone big who can make deals without having to go, because in WWE you have to go up the corporate ladder.
It's any company. Any company.
That
You have
is
to work,
big.
you have to go up through the chain.
Yeah. Unless you're an indie company or you're a small company.
Good point. Good point.
But you know what, and also that's like Twitch and Microsoft. Here's the thing: Mixer couldn't do anything. Mixer had to talk to Microsoft. Microsoft had to talk to their people before they could have done stuff. Twitch has to talk to Amazon.
Yes. It's an umbrella.
YouTube has to talk to Google, who has to talk to Alphabet.
Right, right.
Kick
The knee
has
bone
to
is
talk-
connected to the thigh bone.
Yeah, and also, and I also want to say this is, everyone's saying, oh, they want to unionize the business. We've tried to unionize the business. The business doesn't need. What we need to do is we need to get. They want to unionize, but why don't they get out of the business?
They need to what?
Tony Khan needs to get out of the business because he's a mark for this business.
I agree.
You're not, if you're smart, you're not a mark. And if you're a mark, you're not smart.
I mean, yes and no. It depends on what you're a mark for. Like, for instance, like you can say that Vince was a mark for, bodybuilders or whatever the fuck, but that had its time and it worked for its time. It's like if you're a mark for fucking Japanese style wrestling, you're just not going to make it in America.
Or deathmatch shit.
Or deathmatch shit, or it's like it's a niche. Like wrestling itself is a niche. Is a niche thing.
So here's the thing: they do that at CZW. They do that over at Combat Zone Wrestling. They do that over at GCW and all that. And I can't stand it.
Yeah, and the 15 people in the crowd love it.
Yeah, or
it's like there's a reason why they'll like. Fucking Darby Allin will jump through real glass and people will be like, oh shit, okay, that's great. R-Truth comes out and literally gets holy shit chants from cutting his fucking braids off.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, how as a wrestler do you not see that and go, okay, I think I'm doing the wrong thing. I could kill myself. I could be a Jeff Hardy, but there's also like something to that. You have to be more interesting than just I flip and I land in barbed wire.
Or you have to deal with like you could get someone seriously killed if you do some of that shit.
Somebody is going to die in the ring in AEW, and that's going to be the end of the company. Somebody's going to get their jugular vein or something fucking sliced and bleed out in the ring. God forbid. I'm not hoping this. And if it is, I'm hoping it's Kenny Omega. If I were to hope it, or the Young Bucks. Not that I'm hoping that.
Are you part of Misfit Nation and Hate Report?
Whom?
You.
Yes, I am. I wouldn't say I'm part of the Hate Report. I'm a reoccurring guest. I'm like, You remember how Steve Urkel was on not Family Matters, Full House? He would
Yeah.
come in every now and then.
Yeah.
I'm like that. And then when I walk in to the Hake Report, everybody goes, "Woo! Ow!"
By the way, the reason why I am I'm actually I'm doing a tweet. By the way, the reason why
I
I'm
see.
saying
That's why you're ignoring me. I get it.
yeah to try to get people in here.
Promo's important. Oh, you're
Uh,
trying to get more people to come in. I guess I'm not enough for Jake Hudson today.
No,
Bless
no,
you.
I'm
Bless you,
trying to get
Jake.
people to watch.
I'm kidding. I like your friends. You know that.
But I wanna say that sorry. Sorry.
A lot of dust.
No, and also my allergies are acting up because I'm in a cold box right now. But
Gotcha.
so I want to ask this question: do you think that people are gonna like the lucha libre style of
Nope.
AAA?
Nope. I think. All right. Let me give you an example again, Jake. Right. Look at throughout the whole Worlds Collide pay-per-view, you had all these people breaking their fucking necks in the ring trying to impress everybody. And who's the one person that everybody like loves out of that whole thing?
Mr. Iguana.
Thank you. Thank you. A goofy fucking guy who kind of makes you laugh, but he's entertaining. It catches your eye. It's something different.
Yeah, he also. So here's the thing. I watch like AAA and all that. I watched it, but I can't speak a lick of Spanish. The only Spanish I know is hola, amigo, familia,
Bueno.
and also cerveza.
There you go.
Cerveza means beer, by the way.
What about culo?
What's that?
Means ass.
What about a punta?
There you go. What is that?
I think that's either whore or bitch.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it means the same thing.
Punta.
They recycle words over there.
Yeah, but also you don't understand. People don't understand that Tony is trying to build a company. Here's what you should have. They should have done is they should have they're trying to go against Vince, but you're hiring people that Vince didn't either fired or got rid of because of a reason. Why didn't you get some wrestlers that you wanted and not some wrestlers that are in the professional wrestling business? I know you don't want to talk wrestling about this, but it's we're talking here. By the way, I just want to let people know that this stream, I'm not a I'm a hardcore fan. I'm not a fan that calls this is awesome when it's shit. I say this is shit. Wrestling.
There you go. This is awful. That's what I say.
I've watched a lot. So here's the thing: Kenny Olivier can kiss my left nut.
Oh, you don't like Kenny Omega either, huh?
Kenny Olivier.
Oh, I thought you said Omega. Sorry.
No, Kenny Olivier is Kenny Omega. It's just what Jim Cornette calls Kenny Omega. Kenny Olivier.
I've been saying it for probably 10 years now. Is that how long he's been around? Well, everybody's been trying to put me on Kenny Omega for a long ass time, and I just could never see it. I thought he always sucked. I thought he was horrible on the mic.
He was in Ring of Honor or New Japan before he went to AEW.
Yeah, I saw the first thing I ever saw of him was him cutting a promo in Japanese, and even in Japanese, I was like, "This sucks."
I didn't even know who he was until I had to watch a bunch of Japanese wrestling and saw matches that him and Okada had, and him and Ospreay had, or him and Zack Sabre Jr. had.
I just could give a shit about any of those names you gave me. I really just don't care.
Or I like to call him take a shitter.
Take a shitter.
Yeah. By the way, I don't even know how to say Japanese names, so I say them. and I don't even care about who watches our shows. I just do it to make my fans happy. I make my friends happy. If I can make my friends laugh, or my friends, the people that watches this, I can make them laugh with some of the stuff I say, I'm happy. I'm not doing it for the wrestling fans. I'm doing it for my friends that want my opinions on matches. They want my opinions on it.
Right. And
And
I say if you're an American that enjoys Japanese wrestling, you're not only un-American, I think you're a douchebag and an idiot.
yeah, and I don't want to say this. I really want to say something about, like, I think that if you like deathmatch wrestling, you're not my friend.
I'm with you. I can't be friends with somebody that enjoys that.
If you would rather watch someone get pulverized by light tubes and barbed wire and razor wire and stuff, I'm not gonna be friends with you, because I'm just tired of, like, I want to see some professional wrestling, not some bullshit.
Yes. I thought you were going into a bit like you might be a redneck, but with deathmatch. Yeah.
No,
Like
I
if
wanna,
you have sex with your sister, you might be a deathmatch fan.
if you ever want to watch Ian Rotten wrap someone in barbed wire and put them through a table, you might be a deathmatch wrestler. I love DCW. Don't get me wrong. They were a little crazy, but they weren't crazy like Ian Rotten and them at IWA Mid South.
To be fair though, Jake, I think sometimes we have a nostalgia for ECW, and if we were to be consistent, we would have to look back at that and say this is a bunch of horseshit. I think
Yeah.
the reason why ECW's like looked at with that nostalgia is because most of those guys ended up in WWE and ended up becoming huge stars, like Rob Van Dam and the Dudley Boys.
By the way, Rob Van Dam is having a kid, by the way. Rob Van Dam is having a kid.
Yes, I remember. You told us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to
Little
say
weed
this.
baby.
Thank you. But I want to say that a lot of times you see people do this horseshit wrestling, and it's like, by the way, I'm feeling like right now, I feel like that I don't want to stream a lot.
No?
Because it's so much bull crap that is going out there.
I hear you. But that's why we have to be here to combat the bull crap.
Yeah, and also the people that don't want to act like people want to act like that they're wanting to do stuff to you, and then they'll try to bring your whole family into it. But so
What?
I want to
Who did that?
don't want to talk about it on air.
Oh, okay, I hear you.
But I want to say, number one,
And some allegations.
yeah.
What were you gonna say, Jake?
But I want to also say, do you think that they're going to get him? Where would they put Mr. Iguana?
I think he's just gonna come in, do some matches, be like sort of a Santino type of thing, and then he's gonna probably sell a bunch of merch. He's gonna sell a bunch of those those stuffed animal iguanas.
Yeah.
He's gonna make a bunch of money, and that's pretty much gonna be it. It may last a year, maybe two, if that, if a year.
Hold
But
on.
and if it goes bigger, it'll go big. I think also Jake. Oh, I think he left. Wait till he comes back. I want to see what he thinks. Let's see if we can hear it. While we wait for Jake to come back, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to subscribe to this very channel, the Jake Hudson channel, for the Jake Hudson Show. I think it's the Jake Hudson Podcast Show. That's what I heard the song say. I don't know if that's the podcast show, but that's fitting. That's fitting for Jake. for the title. We have shout outs to Jake's stalker in the chat. He really badly wants to talk about Trick Williams, which I'm glad Jake didn't bring you on, because I could give a fuck about NXT. And I'm tired. Here's another thing. If you're an NXT guy and
All
one
right.
of your people come to the main roster, stop telling me to watch NXT to see why he's
Sorry
great.
about that.
Yeah, so Jake, I was just gonna say that I think Mr. Iguana is basically gonna be sort of like, if he's lucky, he'll be like the new Boogeyman, where
Yeah,
he'll pop up, he'll have his little run, and then he'll pop up
Yeah.
every once in a while for like the rest of his life.
Yeah, you know what? I want to say this is like, you know, I do respect people that do it, but you know, and here's what I want to say about AAA. They don't have a TV deal. Hello?
Yeah.
They have so they have a TV deal through Fight and through Twitch, but you're getting them working with WWE can get them a deal like TNA. They could get a better deal if they're working with WWE. Because the TNA wrestlers, you know, here's the thing. By the way, I didn't expect Joe Hendry to go against Randy Orton.
Yeah, I don't think anybody did, to be honest. Are you a fan of Joe Hendry?
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. But now the champion is Trick Williams. Is the champion.
Look at that.
Well,
I honestly don't know. I don't know much about Trick Williams. I wait till they get to the main roster. I'll tell you why. Because I watched NXT for a while and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then the wrestlers would come to the main roster and do absolutely fucking nothing. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna not get invested and I'm gonna stop watching NXT.
Hey, do you remember Whoop That Trick from Hustle and Flow?
Yeah. I bet you won't. Beat that bitch. Whoop that bitch.
Whoop That Trick. Yeah,
acting all fucking shit.
By the way, if you have to ask what a trick is, probably you.
It's a punta.
Hey, remember that saying? If someone says, "What is a trick?" It says, if you have to ask what a trick is, it's probably you.
Probably you. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
But you know,
Did you like Hustle and Flow?
They actually did a remix for Memphis Wrestling a couple years ago.
Really?
The reason why I know about that because they put that down our throats.
Whoop that trick, get him.
Whoop that trick, yeah. But I also love the "It's hard out here for a pimp."
When you're trying to get the money for the rent.
Yeah.
With the Cadillac and gas money spent. Will cause a whole lot of bitches jumping ship.
Yeah. But I also want to ask, what do you think about, like, you know, now they're thinking about, you know, they should bring back In Living Color.
Yeah, the problem is, who would be the cast? I don't think there's a lot of like funny people alive anymore.
Cat Williams.
I don't think he would do it. Actually, that would be a really good choice for a Living Color.
Ricky Smiley.
Ricky Smiley's a dud.
No,
He's not funny at all.
My God. And they also got into an argument about last Friday because Cat Williams, Ricky Smiley, and the guy who hosts America's Got Talent.
Nick Cannon.
No, not Nick Cannon. The other host.
Randy Jackson.
No, the other one.
Ahmed Johnson.
No. The one that he was in Everybody Hates Chris. He was Julian and Everybody Hates Chris.
Oh, Terry Crews.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got into an argument. Cat Williams said that try to start some beef with Ricky.
Oh, really? Good. I'm
Yeah.
glad. I want somebody to destroy Ricky Smiley because he's never been funny, and he like.
Here's the thing. The only reason why he got the job because Tom Joyner. The reason why he got the job there because Ricky Smiley. Because Tom Joyner didn't want to work mornings anymore.
Oh.
There you go.
Damn.
And the only reason why him and his co-host because Ricky Smiley. Tom Joyner, J. Anthony Brown, and Sybil, I don't remember her name, didn't want to work mornings anymore.
Damn. And the only reason why Ricky Smiley's show gets laughs is because he literally has a guy there that's like hired to laugh at him.
Yeah. He's not funny.
He's not. Ricky Smiley has never made me laugh one time.
Let me tell you who he hired. For Dish Nation, he had to hire Portia Williams. Portia, I forget her, Portia from the Real Housewives of Atlanta show. Had to hire her. He had someone for the radio show, but for the Dish Nation, she was on it.
Let me do an impression. This is how Ricky Smiley show goes. He says something that's like an attempt. I get the attempt and the logic in the funny, but it's never there. But you know how old women they be cussing in church. They be cussing. They be sitting there going, "Hey, that motherfucker right there," and then somebody in the background goes,
"Yeah." And also. He also got the job because Tom Joyner wanted to retire. The Fly job retired.
Yeah, he was on the radio here in Florida, and I don't know why everybody thought he was funny, and I just don't get it.
Miami.
It's Miami, South Florida, basically.
Yeah, South Florida. Yeah. But by the way, you have to in North Florida.
What happened?
Here's the thing: if you have to go to Madison, Florida, you have to fly in to Georgia to get into Florida.
Oh, really? There's no airport.
The closest airport is in Georgia. Because
it's in Georgia.
Thank you, Trump. Hey,
yeah.
By the way, can you call? Hey, can you do me a favor with the Jesse voice? Can you call Ricky Smiley a beta?
Ricky Smiley, you a beta?
Someone's gonna clip that and send it to him.
You a unfunny beta.
You're not an alpha. You're a beta.
Beta.
He thinks that Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Everybody's gonna say that this is why we're talking bad about Ricky Smiley. Dude, Ricky Smiley is unfunny. The only reason why he got the show is he's Hispanic is because the only show left is the Breakfast Club.
And that show is not funny anymore either.
Yeah,
they got like too serious and into their Black Power horseshit.
Yeah,
to where it's like, all right. You can't even once you become sensitive about your own thing, you can't make fun of anybody else, so it automatically destroys your humor.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm not trying to make jokes and all that, but the only reason why Ricky Smiley has his fans because the Breakfast Club is unfunny, turned serious.
Damn.
Sorry,
the only thing funny about Ricky Smiley is his name.
Yeah. I remember by the way, here's the thing, watching Tom Joyner, the minutes before I got swatted on Christmas Eve, I was watching a clip. I was watching the Sky Show with the teddy bear. He had the special guest, the teddy bear, Gerald Levert. Levert. It was an old, it was from, I watched that show. I'm a big fan. But and I'm gonna say this out loud to you. Don't try to be funny. If you ain't funny, don't have a show. You hire the brat. The brat's funny. I love the brat. I'm not saying anything about her.
Oh yeah.
Gary
I'm
with
gonna
the
tell
T, you have a guy that is his name is Gary with the T.
You know who was the funniest black morning radio show ever?
What?
Star and Buck Wild in the morning.
What was that?
It was they didn't last very long because they actually got, I think they got in trouble and got kicked off. But
What
it was
is
a
it?
Star from, I think he was in, I want to say he was in a rap group. I can't remember. Maybe Onyx or something. No, Star wasn't in Onyx. Anyway, long story short, it was a black woman and a black guy, and they just had the best
Star
argument.
and Buck. Well, I got it here. Star and Buck Wild was a popular New York tourist star. Dang it. Tour.
You want me to read it?
TROI star
Tori.
Torin. TORAIN.
I don't know what that means. What are you reading there, wiki?
No, I'm reading the AI overview.
Oh, okay.
The show which ran from the late 90s to early 2000s, gained notoriety and controversial, often style pushing boundaries and inspiring heated debates and considered by predecessor of podcast landscape.
Yeah, Star now does podcasting.
Star Report.
Yeah. I don't know what Buck Wild is doing, but
Star
was really the star. No pun intended.
Controversy. The show was involved in news feuds between with other radio personalities like DJs, and one Star made offensive remark about MB's daughter and offered money to anyone to provide her school address.
Jeez, that's pretty deep.
Sorry, I'm just reading some of this. The legacy, so they were the Opie and Anthony of the African American.
So sort of. That's a good way to actually describe it. It wasn't as like controversial as Opie and Anthony, but
yeah,
I mean, Opie and Anthony had a couple like have sex in a fucking church. Like,
yeah,
that was pretty.
But you know what?
Far.
We had a this show is actually good, guys. I think that a lot of people are gonna want to listen to this over because we talked about AEW, we talked about WWE, we talked about Ricky Smiley, we talked about stuff, and this is what I love about what I do every day is I love what I do. And if people want to help support this channel and support me, they could do that by buy me a coffee. I'm basically say to people that if they want to support this channel, we can't survive without support. And it's not just it's liking our show, like and share. You don't have to tweet out our show. You can share it out to your group. If you have a group, share it.
Right. Everybody has a group of friends.
And their group of friends tell a group of friends.
Even the Columbine shooters had friends, right? Each other?
Group.
All right.
No, dude.
What?
You know, Howard Stern got into some shit for that. For
really?
Talking about that, yeah.
Yeah, in fucking 1999.
I'm just trying to get stuff down here. But if anyone does want to help, Buy Me a Coffee supports us, and also if you guys do want to support this channel, we have a locals on my Rumble. We do have a Rumble account. I did a stream over there this morning.
Did you? How was it?
It was good.
Ran smooth. Everything was nice and clean.
Yeah, because I use Rumble Studio.
Ah, see, I'm using OBS, so I'm a little nervous about my first.
So I'm not and over there. You could actually, by the way, um, sorry, I'm like trying to. If
Jake, when are
anybody,
the by the way shirts coming out?
I don't know. I gotta make a design. I either gotta get a design made because I'm not an artist.
You know what? I'll see if I can work on something.
Yeah, because you get the
I'm not a
design.
pro, but I can mock something up at least.
I gotta. It's gotta be like 1,500. I gotta get you the dimensions for the art.
No, I know
For
what it has to be. I do my own
it's,
shirts.
it's for T Public. It's for T Public.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got to move over to one of those sites, so I'm gonna find out. But
Yeah.
I'll know what to do. I know how to
Thank
do
you,
that
brother.
stuff.
You know, and I do appreciate. You know, you have been my friend, and you haven't trashed me.
No, never do that. And I'm the type, Jake, that if I'm gonna trash you, I'm gonna do it right to your face. So
Yeah.
you're never gonna catch me trashing you behind your back or anything like that. But you already know me. I'm a man of my word. So if I tell you I'm gonna be somewhere, I'm gonna be there. If I tell you you're my friend, I'm gonna treat you that way.
By the way, hike report this week.
No, I wasn't able to do it, but we are doing our first Rumble show on Friday.
So you didn't do hike.
No, I wasn't able to book it because of my work schedule, and I didn't want to come on like consecutively. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
However, Mark did call back today
Who's Mark?
and yell at me. The guy that I was having the debate with on his show, on Hake Show, about Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It's always something's going on. And by the way, when I get off the air, I'm gonna go on YouTube, start, but see if they got any videos.
Yeah, you gotta check it out.
Because you piqued my interest a little bit because you said they're that you know I was reading their AI stuff because I love Google because they did the AI shit.
Right.
But I want to say that we do appreciate people. I want to say I appreciate when people, take the time out of their day to watch these videos, laugh, no laugh, clip stuff. By the way, when you clip stuff, I just want to let people know this. When you clip, I'll even post the clips. I'll share them out because I think that we say stuff funny could be a clip. Thanks for the publicity.
Yeah.
There's
And
people
Jake,
that what
I was just gonna say I gotta thank you because there's a lot of people who like they claim they support us, but they're too afraid to share out our clips. You're not one of those people. You share out our stuff. You're not afraid to do it, and I respect
I'm
you
not
and I
afraid.
appreciate
I'm
you.
not afraid because here's the thing. You and I are but we're just tired of all the bull crap. We're just
Yes.
tired of all the shit that these. So here's the thing, Alphabet, all that they think that they have a game, but here's the thing: the real game in town is to do what's right for what I would rather share somebody like you than
Mm. What happened?
Sorry, I'm reading some stuff.
What are you reading?
By the way, why? God damn it!
What?
They put Chad here. They put Chad Gable in a mask and called him El Grande Americano, the giant American.
I thought it was the big American.
Yeah, or the big American.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with it, to be honest. I think it's something. And I'm pretty sure he's actually getting paid double time for that. It's like, remember Three Faces of Foley? He actually got 3 revenue checks from each character.
Yeah,
So here's the problem, though, is they're making Chad Gable a fucking loser.
Yeah.
But maybe that's the thing, is that they're making it so that he can only win as Americano.
Yeah. What about they have Americano versus Chad Gable? Chad Gable and someone that is dressed up as Americano.
They'll eventually do that. That's an old wrestling trope, though. They've done that. But remember the Conquistadors and Edge and Christian?
Yeah.
And then I think in storyline, it turned out they paid somebody to dress up as the Conquistadors and just take an ass whipping.
And do you remember the two? Remember they had to put Julio in a mask for
Yes.
For Sin Cara.
Yeah, it was Sin Cara Azul and Sin Cara Negro.
And also, do you remember when they put the damn they made a fake Diesel and fake Hall?
That was honestly, I was watching WCW at that time when I was a young kid, so I missed that whole little.
By the way, one of them was Ayuso Minkum, by the way.
Who was it? Oh yes, it was Kane.
Yeah.
Diesel.
Fake Diesel was Glenn Jacobs.
Yeah. Mayor Glenn Jacobs.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't he? He's. Oh no, you're in Mississippi. I'm stupid. He's Tennessee. It just clicked. I'm an idiot. Let's just move on. Let's move on.
Yeah. Hey, here's your son. But by the way, who do you think is more over right now? Who is more over? Who is more over? Who is more over?
Between who?
Between Mr. Iguana and then Chelsea Green.
I'd say Mr. Iguana, because I rarely hear people talk about Chelsea Green and her work. But that's not fair. Let's do a different one.
Chelsea Green actually said that she's buying a new house. Her and Matthew are buying a house. Matt Cardona. I love when she wasn't Chelsea Green. I love when she was Laura Van Ness in Impact. You hear me?
Yeah. I just don't know how to even just evaluate women's wrestling at all.
Here's the thing. Now it's like they're trying to do other stuff, but why don't they do the right here instead of making money? They need to focus on they're losing money on the back end because people are doing. Why don't they have on the Twitch channel? They have a wrestler do each thing. Each day they have certain wrestlers go in. They show old WWE matches on the Twitch channel.
Because Jake, that would actually take work. And WWE isn't in the business of doing extra work anymore.
What about if it's gonna make them money?
They don't care. They'd rather save the money to begin with, and then just put it into other stuff. Like they're really consolidating everything into like what makes money. It's almost like if you have you ever watched the McDonald's movie?
McDonald's movie.
Yeah. The Founder.
No.
Well, long story short, McDonald's started out selling everything. Hamburgers, hot dogs, fucking spaghetti, pizza. And then they were like, hey, you know what? We make most of our money in just burgers and fries and drinks. So let's just sell that. Cut everything else out. That's what WWE is doing right now. It's like what we know works. Let's just sell that and fuck everything else. Again, let me just bring it back to R-Truth real quick. They brought R-Truth back because they initially cut him because he was just kind of like extra. He was a comedy thing to them, not to me. I loved R-Truth. Now when they brought him back, they're almost like going, okay, well, we're bringing you back, but now you got to work. You get what I'm saying? And it's going to work because it's R-Truth, but now you have to actually be like a more serious kind of version of yourself because we got to squeeze every last dollar out of this.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, Jake, I feel you. Some things that they could be making way more money on, but it's sort of just that's not what they're going for. It's not what they're going for anymore. Like I feel like, for instance, WWE merch kind of sucks.
Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to get a
You seem a little distracted today, Jake. What's going on?
sorry, I'm just doing something. I'm just trying to get Billy Mitchell on my show.
You're kidding me. I just got excited. If Billy Mitchell, like right now or later.
Later,
Oh,
not,
okay,
not,
okay.
not on this show, but
You want to keep Billy to yourself, right?
I have his number, but I'm not giving it out.
No, I mean like you want to do that stream with just you and Billy, right? I'd understand. Don't get me wrong.
I wanted to ask him some questions because number one, he's a big star, but he's a big star, but there's also been people like saying that he is striking channels over stupid shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're the one to give him some hard balls.
I'll even
I think-
record it and put it up. I'll even record it.
No, wait. Why don't you do it live?
He might not want to do it live. He might want to.
I get you. You got to kind of go on Billy's time.
You have to. He also might want me to edit some stuff out, or my.
No, I wouldn't do it.
What?
I don't know if I'd do it though.
Ed. Edit.
Oh, edit. Yeah.
All right.
Because you don't want him to necessarily control it, you know.
All right. I love you guys. We're gonna end.
Wait, I thought we were going to an hour.
Mm.
I'm kidding, Jake.
Dude, I've been on. This is the
I'm
second live.
kidding.
This is the live stream. I have to make up a live stream.
You're
The live
good,
stream
man.
that I just had to delete. So
I just had a little free time, Jake. I got to go do a few things myself, so you know,
Love
I
you,
was
brother.
procrastinating with you.
all right,
Love you too,
brother.
man. Thank you for having me on.
All right, and we are.